The Teal Mask DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is honestly great. I've enjoyed it so much to this point, but there are a couple of issues that I want to talk about in today's video. I uploaded my first thoughts video the other day, but this video is probably going to be a little bit more negative than that one. So if you're not in the mood to hear anything negative about the DLC or about Pokemon in general, definitely click off this video. But if you want to listen, then proceed with the video. So the main thing I dislike about the Scarlet and Violet Teal Mask DLC is the fact that there's no active level scaling. Now, there is level scaling to a point, just like Sword and Shield, but it doesn't really make that much sense. Now, if you run into Pokemon in the wild and you've already completed the game and your Pokemon are level 80, level 70, level 60, whatever they may be, the wild Pokemon are going to be between level 60 and 80, depending on the area that you're at, depending on if it's a final evolution or an early stage evolution. But the trainers around here, they level scale to your level if you come into this Kitakami region with a level 5 starter Pokemon or a level 100 Mew, and they're around level 60 depending on how far you are with the story. Now, that doesn't make too much sense because if you run into the trainer at level 5, they're going to have a level 5 Swinub, for example, just like this battle right here. But if you run into the Pokemon trainer with a level 60 Pokemon like I have, the Swinub just levels up to level 60 and then that's it. It doesn't evolve or anything. I feel like there should have been a trigger where if you reach like maybe level 40, if you come into this world of level 40s, the Pokemon trainers should adapt and they should evolve their Pokemon accordingly. Now, I know you're probably thinking, but you can find them in the wild at that level. The trainers are obviously going to catch them, and maybe some Pokemon need special requirements to evolve, like an evolution stone or something. But if you're trying to create a game with a little bit of a challenge, that shouldn't be that hard to set up. At least give this trainer here that I demolished with my Ludicolo as a Piloswine. I mean, that would make a little bit more of a challenge before we proceed with the battle. There is a couple of trainers around the map, and I will show you an example here where this trainer had Pokemon that were a little bit higher leveled and they were fully evolved, which I was happy with. That was a bit more of a challenge than the first trainer that we fought in this area. But all the trainers around the map either have a basic Pokemon that are level 60 or a second evolution that are level 60, and it just doesn't make sense in my brain. Honestly, the level scaling with the wild Pokemon are completely fine, but if you're going to catch them and use them on your team with one evolution or one level up, sorry, they're going to evolve, and you're going to have a final stage evolution Pokemon coming up against all these basic Pokemon around the areas. And to me, I just feel like the game is a bit too easy with that. I feel like it's a bit average with that sort of thinking. I don't think it would have been that hard to create the trigger. Just like I said, as soon as your Pokemon are level 40, everyone around the world evolves, or if that Pokemon is over the cap, it evolves. I don't think it'd be that difficult at all. There's ROM hacks out there that do the same. I know the people that code those ROM hacks and make those ROM hacks obviously work really hard to do that. But for a game that we paid an extra, for me, $35 for, when the base game was like $100, I just feel like they could have put in a little bit more effort into the level scaling. There are other issues that I'm not going to talk about in today's episode because I feel like the world and the performance gets so much criticism as it is. I don't need to chime in on that. But this is just my one gripe with the game that otherwise is quite fun to play. It's quite good. I'm enjoying catching all the old Pokemon that are returning to the game, and I've enjoyed the story. So it's just this one little thing that I'm not a huge fan of, and I wish they fixed. I feel like most of us are just continuing on with our journey so far. Like, none of us would have reset the game and done the Teal Mask DLC first, but if you are, let me know down below. Does it run much different? I've seen some people try it and they're level 20s around here with their level 20 Pokemon, and it does look fun, but the fact that most of us completed Scarlet or Violet and are now going into this just kind of shows that they didn't future plan this too much. But I can go on about this forever, but let me know down below what you think. Do you agree with me or do you not? I want to hear from you. Let me know how you would have level scaled the world differently if you would, or are you just completely happy with the game and happy how it runs? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I've been Toxplicity, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day.